All right, so basically, this is a review on BKCHAT season 5, episode 1. How many times have we tried to cancel people? Um, People have cried so many times, so many times. This is a type of review and reaction where you're not gonna really see a clip. Maybe there will be one day. I don't know. We'll see, and we'll see how it goes. It's just that the data on my phone and that. You know what I mean? I'm recording from my phone, so if you wanna invest in me, allow me to get better equipment to be able to, you know, do better quality, longer content, then click the link in the description box below where it says make a donation. You can make a donation of any amount, and that can add towards that, as well as adding towards rebuilding the infrastructure in the African and Caribbean diaspora. Anyway, back on topic. So the description is, the well-anticipated first episode of season 5 is finally here. On this episode, the cast talk about cancel culture and its necessity. The show has also introduced a swap feature where the cast can vote and swap 2 guys and 2 girls midway through the show. Now, the thing about BKCHAT is they introduce new people, right? There's only 2 new cast the 2 cast members that no, my bad. As far as the previous season, there's only, for now, there's only 2. You know what I mean? Like Lani and Jay, or Joseph, whatever. And then in this new cast, they've added Goddard Phillips, and there was someone else, Jay Edwards. Like those 2, I'm already familiar with. So there's other cast members as well. So it was interesting seeing this type of thing, right? These new cast members and seeing how they would gel, and you know what I mean? Like, is this a formula that's gonna work? Well, it's a formula that works, because what they've done that is very, very smart is the ability to have certain characters. Do you see what I mean? When you have certain characters, so basically, Lani is basically Esther. They're both loud mouth, always want to try and make a point. Yeah? They always got something that relates to the topic. You know what I mean? Then there is Joseph. Now he's more or less the new Lucas. I know what he's saying, how. This is how. Yeah? And it's funny because Esther and Lucas, you can see there was some tension there, like, get me. But there was also tension between Joseph and Lani in the previous season, if I remember. But other than that, lo and behold, Lani exposed that, get me, there was a situation between her and Joseph. He got embarrassed. Now here's the thing. When a woman exposes you in terms of what you both did, such as that, take it on your stride. Don't be like, cause let's be real, Lani's a pretty woman. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's a pretty woman. Let's not fuck about it. You know what I mean? And she looks good aesthetically as well. Yes, he can be a bit of a loudmouth, but you know what I mean? If she's around a true Firebird alpha, trust me, she will be as quiet as a mouse. You know what I mean? But other than that, yeah, it's good to see the dynamics of these characters and stuff like that. These characters. So, but yeah, as far as the topic's concerned, listen, I'll just keep it real with you. Yeah, cancel culture is a myth. No one can cancel anybody because everyone lives their life regardless of whether you support them or not. Yeah, one analogy I want to give to you is subscription-based services that you pay for. Yeah, so let's say you pay for Netflix. That's the most popular one, right? Now, I don't know how much it is a month. However, what I do know is, if you're paying for it monthly, you have the option to cancel anytime. Now, I think, you know what? Let me edit that shit. Fuck. No, fuck it. Let me just continue. Alright, so basically, long story short, the analogy I want to give is you have the situation between Netflix, right? You pay for that. You have the option to flip in cancel at any time. Now, if you're canceling that, guess what happens? Do you think their business is gonna go under just because you decided to unsubscribe? Now, let's just say you wanted all your friends to unsubscribe, and let's just say there's 15 to 20 of you, right? Let's say you all decided to unsubscribe. Guess what? Do you think that business is going to go under? No, they're still going to continue because what they are doing is they are basically, in a sense, continuously marketing towards their target market, and they're always getting new subscribers. Always getting new subscribers. Yeah? I don't know the rate that they're getting new subscribers at, but they're always getting new subscribers. Now, here's the other thing I'm going to mention, right? If you're talking about life in general, people are always going to live their life and are always going to live their career. Now, they may be blackballed in certain industries, but guess what? If you're self-sufficient, nobody can stop you. Nobody. Do you see what I mean? If you are self-sufficient, nobody can stop you. Yes, there's going to be other people, organizations that may not want to work with you or whatever the case may be, but shit, you keep it moving. You know what I mean? You keep it moving. Like, cool, fuck off. Let me deal with this person. Let me deal with this organization. Like, they have an abundance mindset. Just because you're telling me, well, let me not speak in existence, but just because someone's telling you no doesn't mean that, do you know what I mean? That's the end. Have an abundance mindset. If you've got an abundance mindset, there's literally nothing anyone can tell you. You know what I mean? Because you know, regardless, you're going to win. Now, as far as this whole episode in general is concerned, the one thing they kept on bringing up was R. Kelly this, R. Kelly that. And I'm like, hang on. If R. Kelly was cancelled, as you say he was, why are you bringing him up? And then there was another thing they mentioned about, I think I was asked, do you support whatever company because of them doing racist stuff, whatever. And then they mentioned the company's name. You just promoted them. You gave them free promotion. So you're supporting them. There's levels to this shit, you know. Levels to it. So, and this is the thing. You may not listen to R. Kelly, even whether he's convicted or not. You may not listen to him. But the situation is, his music, his merch, or whatever the case is still accessible for some. You see what I mean? Some people are fortunate to have the ability to have a CD player or a cassette tape player and play his cassette or CDs, or some people got vinyl and play his vinyls. It is what it is. You don't have to play. You don't want to play music. You don't have to. Fine. You don't want other people to play music around you. That's fine too. But if it's not your environment that you're in, you can't control that. Do you see what I'm saying? Control your environment. It's as simple as that. Yeah? I was going to mention more to do with R. Kelly, but you know what? I won't do that in this video. I'll do it in a different video. In fact, no, fuck it. I mentioned it briefly. It felt like they were trying to say, oh, R. Kelly this and that, yeah. But the problem is, with R. Kelly, he's not convicted. He's just in jail. Do you see what I'm saying? For the day of this video, he is in jail. Yeah, he just can't post bail. Yeah, if he could post bail, he would post bail and he would be out of jail. Do you see what I mean? Up until his court date to be able to, you know, battle the charges that are against him, which is more than likely he could bust case again. Like he passed case before with the other charges. Now, some people mentioned the video. I think one person was mentioned about the whole peeing incident, peeing on children. What are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? But we'll get into that in another video. You know what I mean? In terms of R. Kelly. And then someone else tried to bring up Michael Jackson, but it was kind of it was really strange when Michael Jackson's innocent and stuff like that. But like, the point I'm trying to make is they kept on trying to bring up other people in it. But the point is, as far as this episode is concerned, who was it? I forgot her name. She was saying it's entertainment. When it comes to drill music, it's entertainment. When it comes to R. Kelly, it's art, entertainment, right? But all jokes aside, for real though, don't take these debates serious on BKCHAT. It's just entertainment, yeah? And like, I wouldn't expect an intellectual conversation from none of these. Maybe Jay Edwards, possibly, because he did say something about stop focusing on rich people's problems or whatever the case is, which is true. Stop focusing on it because it's not your problem. Do you know what I mean? And then I think Lonnie mentioned about crime has a hierarchy. No, crime is crime. It's like saying racism has a hierarchy. No, racism is racism. Do you see what I mean? Racism is racism. Crime is crime. Wrong is wrong either way. Yeah? If you can do something to solve and prevent the problem, then do so. But I don't expect Lonnie or women in general to go out and prevent and solve these problems. I expect them to more or less talk about it, which is what most of them do. But I expect men to sit down together and figure out ways to solve these problems. Yeah? Otherwise, these problems are just going to continue to persist as they have been doing. You see what I mean? So if you want to solve problems like what people are being cancelled for, because this is the other thing I mentioned. Oh, there was so many other things. It's mad. It's so mad. Like there was a lot going on. I forgot to even mention how Godell Phillips was basically the antagonizer. Like he was just the antagonist. That just seemed like his role, just to be the antagonist. That was his role. You know what I mean? And I think that's gonna be his role throughout this series. He's going to be the antagonist. Yeah. But and then what was interesting is because he would bring up points that are just completely irrelevant now, huh? And I swear he tried to shade Miss R Fabulous as well. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he did, which is interesting because it's like if you're saying the person should get cancelled for lying about someone and getting 100 million views or 100,000 views or whatever the case is, then they should get cancelled. Then the situation is, okay, you also did something similar. Do you see what I mean? Which someone else brought up, which is interesting. It's like, man, like that episode was just flipping insane. It was pure entertainment. Like there's a lot to really go on. Next time, yeah, I'm gonna either write notes or I'll try my best to watch it and do a review, but it's gonna be long. It's gonna be long unless I don't know. It's just gonna be long. Even this is long, like over 40 minutes. Anyway, listen. I'm gonna round this up real quick. All right. If I was going to rate this episode, 10 out of 10 for entertainment. 2 out of 3 for intellectual conversation. There was even one where one girl, I forgot her name, but they were saying that she's the new honey, which is bad mind. Yeah, I was reading the comment section, and what was it? They were saying what she was mentioning about the Illuminati. That's what I need to bring up now, real quick. Alright, let me break down the Illuminati. Right, the Illuminati. If you take the word illuminate from the word Illuminati, that means shine. Yeah, cool. Let me shine or bright, whatever. That's what it means. Now, imagine this, yeah? Even imagine this. This is exactly what really happened. There was a group of people, yeah, that were more or less light bearers, yeah? And they were the ones trying to shine light on a certain family group, yeah, or family groups that have been doing evil. So they were trying to do certain things to expose them. And you know what happened? They, speaking about cancel culture, they got cancelled. They got banished, yeah, from their communities or community. You know what I mean? They got banished. I can't remember what century this was in, but they got banished. So that's cancel culture right there. That, or not cancel culture. I hate the term culture, but that's exactly what happened. They got cancelled. Do you see what I mean? So look, you have to deal life. Life is very simple, right? Because what then happened was, because these people or these group of families had a level of control on the population and what people think and thought about certain things, like they do to this day, they were able to flip the script to the point that now you would think any entertainer would be in these would be part of the Illuminati because they reached a certain height or whatever the case is. Listen, the fact that she was mentioning, oh, you got to do bad stuff or blah 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 to get to somewhere, blah blah. I'm like, no, you don't. And then she's mentioning J. Cole, but hang on, J. Cole's like every one of his albums went number one, and I think there's only probably one album that's got a couple features in there. The rest of them don't have any features. He went number one and he went platinum. So it's not even underrated either. Like, so this is what I mean. It's like when you talk about some things, you have to know what you're talking about. You have to really know what you're talking about. And I understand you said you did her research. No, you didn't. Because if you did your research, you would know exactly. You would have said what I said. You know what I mean? In fact, there's some people that would think, "Oh, I didn't do my research," like blah blah blah. But if I could go back to where I got that information from, I will. I just can't remember the exact place where I got it from. Like I know I got it from somewhere. I think it probably was a book that I actually read in the British Library. Probably, yeah. It's not something you can learn on the internet or whatever the case is. You probably could, but I'm pretty sure there was a specific book I read that mentioned that, and then you know what I mean? Because was it Do you know what? I think I know what book it was. I don't want to quote the book yet to get it wrong. I'm gonna try and find that book again and read that book. And if it's in that book, then I'll mention it again in a different video. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I think I'm looking forward to not everything. I'm looking forward to the next episodes and stuff like that. What's gonna happen next? Like I said, this is just entertainment. This ain't for intellectual conversation or intellectual debates. It's a shame that I have to say that, but you know, sometimes you need that ratchet entertainment in your life. Sometimes, get me, just to balance out a few things. Um, Again, we can't always take things serious all the time. We gotta live life and just, relax, 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 relax. But listen, in terms of if you feel like you're going through a situation where someone trying to cancel you, or you feel that you want to cancel someone, you have to deal with there's some things you have to deal with, which is how to deal with your emotions and your problems effectively. Yeah, learn how to deal with manage your mental health and stuff like that. So what I'm going to recommend, if you click the link in the description box below, you'll get access to online courses such as healthcare, and that's where you get to learn all of that information there. Big up big up everyone at BKCHAT doing their thing in it. Get me? I'm looking forward to the episodes. Yeah, let's go.